It's another excellent morning outside of Raymer Wood Yard here at the country club. I got a little new technology. I don't know if y'all can figure out what's going on or not, but I'm not super close to the camera right now. I got a little furry friend with me, my little microphone. Stepping it up, y'all. Stepping it up. Y'all can hear me a little better, maybe. When I edit the video, I'll figure it out if I can hear myself better or not. I'm typically kind of far away from y'all, so maybe this will help you understand me. I know it's hard to understand that country / North Carolina talk a little bit. Anyway, English has always been my second language anyway. So lots of this stuff to put in the back of the truck. I'm probably gonna end up making 2 to 3 more loads of this. That's what I'm thinking. Beautiful red oak. This is, if you saw my last video, you know how beautiful and easy and perfect this wood was here to split. I just took some serious pleasure in splitting this. Methodical splitting, just the right size. It's kind of nice. I'm gonna have to figure out, I mean, all the snorting that I do and sneezing and coughing and spitting. I mean, you are gonna hear everything now. You're gonna hear everything. All right, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's go ahead and get it started this morning. Fun stuff. Big old logs, big ones. Not gonna video a ton of this. Like last video, I did not video a lot of this. I know this is super boring. Me loading up the back of my truck here. I'm really interested to see how well this microphone works. Oh, when my log splitter's on. This is a noise canceling microphone. I'm sure it doesn't cancel everything, but we'll see if it does a good job or not, because that log splitter is loud. It's gonna be some good splitting, y'all. Good splitting. This one is not. I mean, it's not terrible, but what's nice about this area that I get this, where I get these rounds from and bucket up in this area, it's mostly clay that they have down. And when I buck these logs up, I do probably prevent it from staying hard in this area because of all the sawdust and everything. So they're constantly cleaning up this area, scraping the sawdust and everything away. That way it won't turn into topsoil and soften this area. But there is a lot of rocks, a lot of gravel. And my saw knows that because my blade has cut a lot of rocks around here. Lots of the rock cutting. All right, this is trip number 2. Let's get it started. We will see how my little furry friend is helping us today. In the Raymer Wood Yard, my favorite place. Favorite place to be. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. A little warm for my liking. It's probably around 70 degrees already. Not quite firewood splitting season time. Maybe in the 40s and 50s. That's probably about the temperature I like to split wood. Be interested to see how this works. So we've got a lot of wind out here. Not a ton of wind, but we do have some wind. We got a lot of car noise over there. just a lot of noise around here. A lot more than like that. I don't know how well that picks it up. I just want to make sure y'all are at least kind of square on the camera there. All right, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Beautiful. That one's perfect. That is. This one, not so much. Not so much. It's not awful. I'm looking for precision. Precision. This is going into the state fair. North Carolina State Fair. It's the most beautiful splits in North Carolina. Just because I want to. That's why. Curvy. A little too curvy for the state fair. It's definitely not going to make the cut. Not even that one. That would get. Okay, this is the last round that I have in the pickup truck. See how we sound. Not perfect. It's still gonna be pretty nice. Not NC State Fair worthy of perfectly split sized firewood. Ready. It's gonna be pretty nice. Pretty nice. Deduction from the perfect firewood. It's pretty good for a bark on. Pretty good. Take this bark off. Bark off. Now that's a nice size. I think if I split it in half, right here, it'd be tiny wood. I think that's why I'm not doing it. I'll do this one too, just because I want to. That's nice. A little rough though. It's probably a B minus, C plus. Big piece. I'll split that in half. I don't know. Tiny wood. You can always split it down later. I have realized that. I've split so much tiny wood. I mean tiny wood. But I cannot further process it. I can't further split it because it's already split so small. So, split larger. I need to split it smaller. I will. And that is it. I do have a delivery today. My first one of the fall season. I don't even know if it's the fall yet, but it's close. If it's not, a half of a face cord, which is tossed in loosely, kind of to the top of the bed lights. That's kind of what I've measured. So it's a good friend of mine. He's a big LSU fan. We had a big weekend. So thankful to be able to start 1-0 on the season for the first time in Brian Kelly's era at LSU. Anyway, let's go ahead and start stacking just a little bit here. Get y'all in there, real nice and tight, like. A lot of wind out here, y'all. A lot of wind, road noise. There's a lot of stuff going on, so we will see how this microphone works. The fuzzy microphone. I don't want it to be too tight down there. I don't want the stacks. Ooh, there's some good wind right there. Let's see how well the fuzzy works. I don't like that. I don't like it. That's better a little bit. Can't be starting crooked at the bottom. Ooh. Can't be starting crooked at the bottom. That's no good. And you gotta hopefully work it out. I mean, when the pieces are so perfect like this, I mean, if I were to stack it like this, round top each other, there's no airspace in there. I mean, it's hard for that right there to ever dry out. All right, so I'm trying to get some type of airspace. If not, then mold will probably grow in between those two pieces. I'm trying to I gotta work it out a little bit so that it's got a little air gap in there. That's what happens. That is the disadvantages of making perfect firewood. It's a nice piece. I would say that is a B minus. It's nice, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect. All right, I think that is it. And I'm gonna come way over here and see if y'all can see me and see how well this microphone works. I'm not talking super loud. Just want to see. I'm way over here. I'll get behind my kindling pile over here. Lots of wind over here. How's it sound? We will see. This kindling's nice. There's some dry stuff. It's all pine kindling. Got a little bit of hardwood in there, but not a ton. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the back of the bed of my truck and loosely throw in a half of a face cord, which is 4 feet tall by 4 feet long. That's a half of a face cord. It's actually a good amount. If I were to have like a Ford Ranger or something like that, it probably would fill up to the top of the rails, loosely thrown. Mine's a little short of that. It's a 5.5 foot bed. It's a good size. I've actually had quite a few orders, and it's not very expensive considering what a full face cord, 4 feet tall, 8 feet long, costs. if you get it from me. I mean, there's a lot of people out here that are almost half of what I charge. But I stick to my guns. It takes me a while, as you can tell. It takes me a while to do this. But it's fun for me. And I feel like I would be so busy if I cut my prices in half that I would just run out of wood extremely fast. So this way I can kind of relax a little bit, just stare at my wood for a while, right? And make sure I give them a premium product instead of just hoping that it's dry and trying to season it quicker, so I can not run out of wood. Anyway, that's just the way I do it. All right. Oh, that's a pretty piece of white oak. That is a pretty piece of red oak. Okay, that's probably gonna do it. I think so. Let me make sure it's kind of like at the level that I want. All right, looks pretty good. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'll leave the rake here, I think. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna bring it with me. Probably just wedge it in there somewhere. That's sketchy. I'll put it in the back of my truck. All right, hopefully he's okay with the tiny wood. Hopefully. All right, now I gotta get my log splitter. Get it out of here. I think that's helping, y'all. I think that the cover here is helping to help preserve the wood. I think so. Because the stuff that is not covered, that's fine. There's some pieces in here that are okay, but the majority of what I have that is covered looks much better, even though I haven't covered it very long. So we will have to wait and see. I forgot to show y'all. This is a half of a face cord, so 4 feet tall by 4 feet long. I don't know if you can kind of see the light over there. Okay, and that's basically to that height of the light is where I go for half of a face cord thrown in, kind of loosely thrown in there. Here you go. Red oak, white oak, and a little beech, and a little black walnut in there. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining Raymer Wood for another fun adventure of splitting and precisely measuring for the NC State Fair nicest splits for the red oak from the Wolfridge 17 RS. Lots of C's, C pluses, and B minuses. Very few A's, okay? Not up to my standards exactly, but some are pretty close. Some are pretty close to almost an A. B plus, like this one, right? Ooh, that's a real nice one right there. All right, y'all. Hope you have a great day, and always remember, in the Raymer Wood Yard, it's always just the right size.